one day, very soon, within the next year or two, they will all be gone. What am I talking about? Ash dieback. Now, I work in an occupation where genetic engineering and immigration are rife. Now, what this means is that things are bred out. Things are bred out to produce better flowers, better fruit. But what that often results in is something missing. Things that you can't quantify will disappear. Just because science can't prove it exists yet, doesn't mean it doesn't. For example, the best example of that is go to a wood for half an hour and just sit or walk around, and you come back and you feel great or better or calm or otherwise changed. They've only recently proved that by science. Now, not that we needed science to tell us that. Anyone who goes to a wood will tell you that you come back changed. And some would say, obviously, if that's the case, then magic happens. If I was to say squirrels, red squirrels, British crayfish, elms and ash, what's the common theme here? Well, the common theme is importing of another species that has wiped out or greatly reduced the population. Grey squirrels got introduced over here by, I haven't researched this, but I would guess the Victorians or the British Empire. And they've greatly reduced the red squirrel population, driving them to the extremes of the country and indeed out of this country. Same with the crayfish. Somehow some other crayfish, I don't know the details about this, I was only told about it. I haven't fully looked into it. It's just another example. It's just one off the top of my head. Back in the 70s, I watched as these beautiful asymmetric crowned trees that lined many of the roads, I watched as they slowly died, caused by what's called the Dutch elm beetle bringing the fungus that kills the tree. So now no elm tree here will live beyond 30. And if they're discovered, they have to be felled within 20 days of being reported. Again, the clue is in the name, Dutch elm, i.e. it's been imported. Now, it is generally believed by officials, and I know we can't trust everything they say, but that Dutch elm disease originated in Asia. And the same with ash dieback. Now, it was first noted in Poland in 1992, and I understand that many, if not, well, the vast majority of the ash population in Poland has now got the disease. But it is thought that, again, this originates in Asia, based on the fact that Asian ash aren't susceptible to it, but I don't know any more about that, so I can't comment on that. What that means for me here is I'm going to watch all of our oldest trees die. You can't quite see it, but behind there, in the centre of the shot there's a massive old ash that is coppice. Well, I've just had a look and that has it. As a massive lover of British native plants, I've found myself in a position where I'm able to not have very much to do with imported things. Most of the trees that I deal with are native. Most of them have been grown here. Some of them grown in places where I work. We've had tree nurseries in places where we plant trees or find seedlings and dig them up and keep them and repopulate. So that is what you should do, really, because as soon as you start importing things, you are bringing, I mean, we find that on the coast, on the waters, you know, because of transportation through ships. They dump their water, the ballast, and in that water is a whole load of creatures and things from another part of the world that survive quite well in that part of the world and comes here. And because Britain, and I'm going to say Britain because it is unique in that we're in between the Gulf Stream and the Siberian blast, and that's what makes us unique, because we have that. And that is why we have bluebells that don't exist anywhere else. And there's another case in point. Bluebells here are delicate and arched, whereas the Spanish bluebells, or what's called the Spanish bluebells, they're straight, they're stiff, they're a lot firmer, a lot less delicate, and they combine with the native bluebells to eradicate it and destroy it. Now, a lot of people think that all bluebells are the same, but they aren't, as this patch will show you. Now, the native woodland bluebells are more like this one. You see, with the curving stem, arch stems. But these ones, tall and straight and slightly a lighter shade of blue or purple, they're the Spanish ones. Now, admittedly, this might be a cross, because that's what's happening, but it won't be a benefit, because British bluebells are delicate, and that is what they are. Now, if they cross with these Spanish ones, we're in a garden, just in case you're wondering, and if they cross, then that means all the British bluebells will be extinct. And as we know, so many things get brought here from other places that destroy the native flora and fauna. You know, all bluebells aren't the same. Woodland bluebells arch. And that, the fact that we have bluebells that are like that, is another indication of what Britain is like for nature. And I believe that must be preserved, because, as I say, it's unique. So I would urge people to stop importing plants. I don't care how beautiful they are, just stop importing plants, because you do not know what is in the soil that you're bringing over. You do not know what is hiding somewhere within the plant, waiting to hatch. But it may be too late. I hope not. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ta-da.